Hey everyone! Today we're tackling a skill that every sewist should have in their back pocket, the manual buttonhole. The big question, why do you want to do this manually? Well, if your machine doesn't have a built-in buttonhole setting, or maybe you've misplaced your specialized foot, or my personal favorite reason, you're using a button that is just too big for a standard foot to handle. So let's jump right in. You'll see here that I'm starting with a scrap piece of fabric. There will be some trial and error to get the buttonhole exactly the right size, and it'll take some practice to get to sew it exactly the way you want it. So we're going to start this method with scrap fabric first. The first step is sizing. Take the actual button you plan to use and place it right on your fabric. Mark the top and the bottom of the button. These are going to be your start and stop lines. Once you have those marked, draw two parallel lines to act as your guide rails. Now set your machine to a narrow zigzag stitch with a pretty short stitch length. For my machine, that's right about a 2.0 on the width and a 0.4 on the length. We need to line up the stitch so that it sews right on this line. To make sure of this, you can use the hand wheel on the side of the machine and turn it so that you can see exactly where the needle's going to sew. On my machine, I can see that it's going to sew right down the center of the presser foot. So I can line up my start point right there. We're going to sew down the right side of our mark. Start at this back line and sew until you get to the front stop line. Sew right on the line and make sure you sew very straight so that your buttonhole is accurate and looks good when it's done. Okay, now let's repeat that on the left side. These narrow columns create the structure and keep the fabric edges from fraying once we cut it open. Make sure you take time to cut all the threads at this point so that your finished buttonhole looks very clean. To secure the start and stop points, we're going to stitch a wide zigzag stitch. We're going to place a few stitches right at the top and at the bottom of our columns. You'll want the width to match the width of the two columns you already sewed. For my machine, that's a 5.0. I also want to basically sew right in place, so I'm setting the length of the stitch all the way down to a 0.2. You'll need to play around with this to get it exactly right for your machine and the size of button that you're using. Line up the buttonhole with the foot of your machine using the hand wheel to move the needle just enough so that you can see where it'll start sewing. Sew the back end using about 5 to 10 stitches. You can stop here and then do the front end, but let me show you one option to make your buttonhole even more secure. Set your stitch to the straight stitch and bring the length to about a 1.0. Use the hand wheel to see exactly where it will sew and line up your needle so that it'll sew right on the inside of the left column. Stitch straight until you get to the front end. It's not really visible, but this way, without cutting the thread, you're moving your sew point from the back to the front, which will make the buttonhole even more secure. Now set the machine back to the zigzag setting that you used. For me, that was a 5 and a 0.2. And sew the front end using the same amount of stitches that you did on the back end. And finally, the moment of truth. Cut all the extra threads and grab your seam ripper. I like to put a straight pin right inside the end stitches on both sides. That way I don't accidentally rip through my perfect stitching. Gently dip through all the layers of the fabric in the center of the buttonhole and then slide the ripper through up to the pin. Turn and do the other side the same way. Depending on how wide your buttonhole is, you may need to cut some of the fabric threads to clean it up a bit. Okay, now let's test our button. The size looks perfect. If your button is too tight going through, you can spread out these two columns a bit more, or you can make it a bit longer to accommodate the thickness of the button. If this helped you out of a sewing jam, please hit that like button and subscribe for more sewing tips. Happy sewing!